When it comes to dating advice for men, there are more than enough opinions going around. Some people swear by cheesy pickup lines, others tell you to play hard to get, and some even suggest being too cocky. But let me tell you something. None of that is going to work if you're committing deadly blunders that instantly ruin your prospects. These are not small errors. These are relationship killers that will destroy your love life before it even gets off the ground. And trust me, women catch on faster than you think. One of the biggest issues that men have when dating is an ignorance of what other people are thinking about them. It's easy to focus on what you want or what you think will work, but relationships involve relating. If you're committing one of these deadly mistakes, you're really building walls and not bridges. So let's take a hard look at what these mistakes exactly are and why they're so important when it comes to giving men dating tips. Let's begin with desperation. This will probably be attraction killer number one. When you come across as desperate, you possess no sense of mystery and intrigue. Women don't desire a guy who is acting like they're begging for attention. They desire confidence, specifically not arrogance, but self-confidence. Confidence shows that you value yourself, and that makes them more likely to view you as someone they might be interested in pursuing. On the other hand, desperation is a yell of insecurity, and no one desires to feel as if they're carrying the emotional weight of another human being. Remember this because it relates a lot to how you behave when you're chatting and interacting. And another simple trap to fall into. You talk too much about yourself. All right, I understand you're nervous and talking about yourself makes you feel comfortable. But here's the thing. Dating isn't an interview where you're trying to sell yourself. Dating is a conversation where two humans get to know each other. If you dominate the conversation without asking or showing interest in what she thinks, you'll sound egotistical. Balance is the key. Ask open-ended questions, listen carefully, and show interest in her life. This builds rapport automatically and separates you from the rest. Now let's talk about appearance and grooming. While appearance is not everything, it does play a role in making first impressions. Not paying attention to your own cleanliness or dressing down is a message that you don't care enough to put effort into yourself. Clean clothes, shaved facial hair, if applicable, and fresh breath go a long way. Just consider this. Would you be impressed with someone who obviously didn't take the time to get ready for a date? Doubt it. So, make sure you're presenting your best self physically. It's part of respecting both yourself and the person you're meeting. A related issue is overthinking every little detail. Guys often fall into the trap of obsessing over what to say next, or worrying about whether they're coming across as cool. Spoiler alert, overthinking kills spontaneity and authenticity. People can sense when you're trying too hard, and it creates awkwardness. Instead, relax and let the conversation flow naturally. Focus on enjoying the moment rather than micromanaging it. Authenticity is attractive, and pretending to be someone you're not will only backfire in the long run. Let's switch gears and discuss texting etiquette, since communication does not stop after that initial encounter. Sending someone a barrage of texts or requiring instant replies is a turn-off. Being considerate of boundaries and giving room between texts is essential. One tip is to reply at her speed. If she's taking hours to respond, don't send 5 follow-up messages consecutively within minutes. Maturity and respect are displayed when one is patient, and that is what makes an ideal partner. Talking about respect, don't overestimate just how much being treated as an equal means to women. Chivalry's all right, but antiquated gender roles can come across as condescending. An example would be footing the bill for everything or not letting her pay her share. That might sound chivalrous, but it also implies that you don't believe she can. Modern relationships are founded on respect and equal partnership, so balance courtesy with equality. Little courtesies like holding the door or assisting in carrying something are fine, but patronizing is not an option. Another deadly mistake is not reading between the lines. Look at body language, tone of voice, and subtle cues. If she is bored or distracted, don't disregard such cues. Plowing ahead in the face of obvious signs of disconnection only reinforces bad assumptions. In contrast, reacting to positive cues like laughter, direct eye contact, or leaning towards you can create your rapport. Being attuned shows emotional awareness, something which is extremely desirable in partners. Lastly, let's talk about the elephant in the room: clinginess. Neediness is a major deal breaker when dating. Constantly checking in, planning future dates too soon, or needing constant validation are behaviors that push people away. You need independence and autonomy in healthy relationships. Show her you have an amazing life outside of dating, and she'll be more inclined to invest in learning about you. Remember, scarcity breeds desire. Being too available decreases your appeal. Speaking of availability, timing is crucial. Rushing into in-depth topics or love confessions too soon can be too much to handle. Do it gradually and allow the relationship to develop on its own. Trust and comfort develop over a period, and forcing someone to move at a pace different from their own will just make them resistant. Patiently enjoy the ride instead of fixating on the destination. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of humor. A well-timed joke or a lighthearted comment can diffuse tension and create lasting moments. Just be careful not to overstep. Off-color or insensitive jokes can ruin the mood in an instant. Humor must enhance the interaction, not diminish it. Shared laughter is one of the strongest rapport-building tools and chemistry creators. What are the main takeaways? Then, 1. Avoid desperation at any cost. It repels rather than attracts. 2. Aim for active listening and deep conversation instead of soliloquies about you. 3. Make sure to stay well-groomed and well-dressed for the situation. 4. Try not to overthink or over-control encounters. 5. Have respectful, give and take communication in both face-to-face and textual situations. 6. Be sensitive to social clues and adjust in accordance. 7. Be autonomous and not clingy. 8. Pace yourself and respect the natural course of relationships. Finally, use humor carefully to ease the tension and build rapport. In conclusion, mastering the art of dating requires awareness, effort, and a willingness to learn from your experiences. By avoiding these deadly mistakes, you'll significantly improve your chances of forming meaningful connections. Relationships are about growth, so don't be afraid to reflect on your approach and make adjustments along the way. After all, the best version of yourself is the one most likely to succeed in love.